Please pray. I know it's going to be great, and I've waited a really long time for this. I'm in good hands. I know God's got my back.
An Ohio mother of 3 who documented her excitement for a mommy makeover on TikTok has died following catastrophic complications her husband believes were caused by an overdose of pain medication. Rachel Tussey, 47, underwent abdominoplasty with Dr. Torque at a Cincinnati surgery center on Feb 25. Her husband, Jeremy, said the surgery itself went well, and Rachel was awake and responsive when he entered the recovery room. But minutes after a nurse administered pain medication, Rachel's face went pale and she became unresponsive. Medical records show she received 150 micrograms of fentanyl. Jeremy said nurses showed little urgency. They administered Narcan twice with no improvement, then waited for the doctor to arrive before calling 911. By the time Rachel was transferred to Bethesda North Hospital, she had been without oxygen for over 6 minutes. She was declared brain dead.
There is something deeply unsettling about hearing a mother say she's finally about to get herself back, and then realizing she never makes it home again. And the terrifying part is, this isn't some isolated story anymore.
Her organs were removed during a mommy makeover. In March of 2024, 38-year-old Cadell Brown flew from the UK to Turkey with her sister Leanne to undergo a mommy makeover at a clinic called Clinic Expert. The procedures included a tummy tuck, liposuction, and a BBL. Before going into surgery, Cadell even took a selfie, and according to her sister, everything seemed completely normal. While Cadell was in the recovery room, 3 staff members went to talk with Leanne, took her to a private room, and told her that there was complications and that her sister had passed away. The clinic claimed that they were unable to wake her up, and they believed that fat had traveled to her lungs during the surgery. Leanne was devastated, and they wouldn't even let her see her sister's body. Instead, they handed her an envelope with a refund, a ticket to go back home, and quickly ushered her out of the country. Once Cadell's body was brought back to the UK, her family discovered that large parts of her brain, heart, and lungs, and pieces of her intestines were missing.
Jackie O, former Wild 'N Out girl, currently a realtor, and DC Young Fly's future wife, partner, mother of his children, passed away at 32 years old after receiving her mommy makeover. This is a famous surgeon she was working with. She got her surgery done by Dr. Zach. Dr. Zach is very famous. He does not work at one specific place, but doing some research with my surgery friends, they are telling me that he is not, not allegedly, a board certified surgeon.
So there's a tragic story of a 28-year-old woman who died while having liposuction. She was a mother. And in and of itself, that's incredibly tragic to go in for an elective surgery, something as simple as liposuction, and die. But what makes the situation incredibly egregious is the doctor was a pediatrician. That's right, a pediatrician.
Over the last few years, mommy makeovers have exploded online. They are marketed as empowering, restorative, life-changing. Scroll through TikTok long enough, and it almost has to feel normal. Before and afters, recovery vlogs, women smiling through compression garments saying they finally feel beautiful again. But behind all of that is a dark reality people don't really talk about enough. More and more women are dying chasing a version of themselves they were told they needed to get back. And what makes this conversation complicated is that this isn't really about vanity. A lot of these women are mothers, women whose bodies change after childbirth, women who spent years feeling invisible, insecure, exhausted, disconnected from themselves. So when they hear phrases like restore your body or bounce back, it hits something emotional. It feels less like cosmetic surgery and more like reclaiming identity. The sad part is some of these doctors aren't even plastic surgeons. We've seen here a case where a pediatrician did the surgery. Let that sink in. And that's when this stops feeling like random tragedies and starts feeling like an industry growing faster than the safety around it. The demand for these surgeries is massive now, and part of that comes from how mommy makeovers are marketed online. There's this clip from Dr. Miami where he explains what a mommy makeover is, and one specific part really stood out to me.
I'm Dr. Miami. What is a mommy makeover? That's a question I get asked all the time. So mommy makeover is a general term that just means sort of undoing any of the quote-unquote baby damage that happens from childbirth.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So for example, a mommy makeover could be as simple as a tummy tuck. Often though, it's a tummy tuck plus a breast lift or a breast lift with implants. It can involve liposuction of the tummy, the sides, the back, the arms. It can include, the grand mommy makeover, which would be like a tummy tuck, breast lift with implants, and a Brazilian butt lift that just really reshapes your entire body, get you back to that pre-baby shape. It can also involve other procedures such as labiaplasty or vaginal tightening. But again, a combination of those procedures or just one of them alone could be considered a mommy makeover.
He describes it as a way of undoing the baby damage caused by childbirth. Baby damage, and honestly, that wording says a lot about the culture surrounding these procedures. Because think about what this implies for a second. Pregnancy, childbirth, stretch marks, loose skin, body changes after carrying children are being framed as damage, like motherhood leaves women needing repairs, like the natural evidence of giving life somehow becomes a flaw that needs correcting. And I don't even think people realize how normalized that language has become. And that's why so many women feel emotionally connected to these surgeries, because it's not just being sold as cosmetic enhancement, it's being sold as restoration, as fixing something that society quietly convinced women was ruined. But the reality is these procedures place enormous stress on the body, multiple operations at once, hours under anesthesia, massive physical trauma during recovery. Yet online, it's often presented like a glow-up montage instead of something medically serious. That disconnect is honestly one of the scariest parts of this entire industry.
The three biggest myths that I still hear today about the mommy makeover. Number one and the biggest: I don't have the time to recover from a mommy makeover. I hear people think that it's months. My patients, on average, in about 10 days, they're driving a car, they're running errands, going grocery shopping, hanging out with their friends, going out on date nights. Of course, you'll feel better and better, more energetic over time, but 10 days, you're back to most things. Number two, you will look fake with a mommy makeover. Now, I do see that sometimes, but not if you get a true lipo 360. Beautiful sculpting, shoulder to hip, front to back. The makeovers should always look natural. And number three, the scars. I would get the makeover, but the scars on the tummy tucks and even the belly button, they look terrible and not natural. Again, not true. You see, in many cases, I talk about this all the time, if you'll just come back a few months later, 3 to 4, and we can revise that scar now, not under the tension of the original tuck, you'd be surprised you can get a beautiful thin line, much like many C-sections.
Can I get my body done?
Boom. So
It's over for you bitches. When I get my body done,
take this and give you
a princess.
I am 8 weeks post-op from a mommy makeover. I feel great. I'm really happy. And I hope this was helpful to the ladies out there who are considering doing something similar.
Here's what my stomach looks like 2 years post-op from my mommy makeover. Almost non-existent. You can't really even see it. It's down there. So scar is super low. Love the way I'm healing. I couldn't ask for anything better. I'm happy. I'm pretty happy.
You constantly hear surgeons saying things like recovery only takes a week or two, that the results look natural, that scars disappear, that women can go right back to running errands, date nights, normal life. And to be fair, for some women, surgeries does go well. Some genuinely feel happier and more confident afterward. That's important to acknowledge, because a lot of women aren't chasing perfection. They're chasing confidence, femininity, feeling attractive again, feeling like themselves again after motherhood changed their bodies in ways they weren't emotionally prepared for. And social media amplifies those emotional stories constantly. Women posting their flat stomachs 2 months post-op, tiny scars, snatched waist, transformation reveals with dramatic music playing in the background, recovery videos where they talk about finally loving themselves again. After a while, your brain starts to associate surgery with empowerment because humans are visual creatures.
Everybody, this is Crystal. Today we're going to do a photo reveal. This was her mommy makeover, so here are her befores and afters. This will be great. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Stop. Oh my God.
Can we skip to the good part?
The before and after culture online is honestly one of the biggest reasons this trend exploded the way it did. Those reveal videos are engineered to trigger emotion, the dramatic transitions, the crying, the reactions, the husband staring in shock. It turns surgery into a cinematic transformation story. And the thing is, people rarely post the ugly parts. You don't usually see the panic, the complications, the infections, the fear. You don't see women struggling mentally during recovery or regretting decisions afterward. You mostly see the polished ending. So eventually, people start thinking this is normal, safe, routine, especially younger women growing up online. Social media has completely changed how cosmetic surgery is viewed because entire recovery journeys are monetized, surgeons go viral, clinics market themselves like luxury brands, and slowly, people become desensitized to how serious these surgeries actually are.
12 patient deaths and multiple patient complaints about the care and the surgical procedures that they had at places like Sono Bello in Florida and other cosmetic surgery chains is causing a ripple. Scores of medical malpractice and negligent claims have been made at these facilities and the doctors that are working there. One of the patients experiencing disfiguring outcomes was Erin. She went in for a tummy tuck and some liposuction. She woke up several days after surgery with liquid weeping out of her abdominal wound, went to the hospital because now she had a massive infection. Sono Bello is the largest of these cosmetic chains that are spreading and opening up across the country. The injured patients in their lawsuits have claimed that Sono Bello and other cosmetic chains like them hire physicians or surgeons that don't have the proper training, and they say they don't know what to look for when it comes to signs of infection so that they can report early and not get a massive case of sepsis, as what happened with Erin.
This is my story time on how I had a surgery at a crazy plastic surgery place in Miami that unalived probably around 8 women a few years ago.
Do not go to CG Cosmetic Surgery in Miami for BBL or boob.
Girl, me too. I know so many people that have had horrible surgeries there. Every single person that I've talked to that's gone there has had to have another surgery. I'm thankful I'm alive.
And then you start hearing about the clinics. This is where the conversation gets really dark. There have been multiple reports tied to cosmetic surgery chains and clinics facing lawsuits, malpractice claims, patient complaints, infections, disfigurement, even unalivings. Some women wake up with severe complications, massive infections, open wounds, permanent damage. Others talk about clinics operating like their factories, high patient volume, fast turnover, minimal aftercare, and when something goes wrong, accountability suddenly becomes very difficult to find. Then you have women online sharing stories about clinics in Miami and other surgery hotspots where they say patients were left disfigured or forced to get revision surgeries afterward. A woman literally said she's just grateful to still be alive. And the scariest part is that many people don't fully understand how dangerous these combined procedures can be. Liposuction alone can become deadly if done improperly. BBLs are already considered one of the riskiest cosmetic procedures in the world because of fat embolisms. Tummy tucks place huge stress on the body. Now combine several surgeries together for hours under anesthesia, and the risks increase even more.
Hey everyone, Dr. Dingy here, board certified plastic surgeon in Houston, Texas. And we are excited about the Mommy Makeover special that we've been running over the past couple of months, and our patients have been taking advantage of it. It's a combination of a breast lift and a drainless tummy tuck and a monsplasty to take care of the fupa area for $20,000. It is good through the end of the year. So people have been asking me, can they come in and lock in the price, knowing that they want to have surgery sometime early next year? In February or March or even April. And yes, you can come in to see us November, December. Let's do the consultation, give you the quote, and then you can put your deposit so you can actually lock in the price for your surgery that's going to happen sometime next year.
Please do not fall for this promotion. This is the surgeon, because he's not even certified, okay, and I did not know this, that botched me not once but twice. Please do not go to him. He is not certified and he does a shitty ass job on BBLs. Please do not go to him and do not fall for this promotion. Please.
But despite all of that, the marketing never slows down. In fact, sometimes it feels more aggressive than ever. You'll see Mommy Makeover specials, holiday discounts, limited time deals, financing plans, clinics encouraging people to lock in prices with deposits months in advance. And there's something deeply uncomfortable about life-altering surgery being marketed with the same urgency as a seasonal sale, because surgery shouldn't feel impulsive. But online, everything moves fast now. People are comparing prices, shopping for bodies, looking for the cheapest option possible because procedures in the US can cost $20,000 or more. And that desperation for affordability creates the perfect environment for unsafe clinics to thrive.
Yet another woman has unfortunately died from bargain shopping for plastic surgery in Mexico. A 30-year-old Los Angeles woman traveled to Mexico to get a mommy makeover for $4,000. Just for reference, the American Society of Plastic Surgery says on average a mommy makeover would cost about $20,000 or more in the United States. A mommy makeover is a broad term, so in general it can include multiple procedures, but $4,000 would typically maybe cover only one of those procedures here in the United States. Bargain shopping for plastic surgery is not a great idea, as in this case, the report showed that she had multiple ruptures of blood vessels in her chest or her thorax and multiple ruptures of her abdominal muscles. And typically something like that would come from the liposuction portion of the procedure if they were doing a tummy tuck or liposuction of the abdomen. What unfortunately can happen is with that long cannula, if it's an inexperienced doctor or surgeon, they literally can stab the internal organs to death and the patient will die. There is no reason why they would have multiple ruptured blood vessels in the chest cavity unless something like that had occurred during her surgery. I wasn't there, I'm just saying that sounds like something that may have occurred. One thing I do want to say is I did a slight little background check on the supposed surgeon that did this surgery. A lot of the information has been taken down, but I did find out that he was calling himself an aesthetic surgeon, which is kind of a counterfeit or made up term. There is no such thing really as an aesthetic surgeon. The other thing is the website was all things cosmetic surgery. Again, cosmetic surgery is not a plastic surgeon. So an aesthetic surgeon or a cosmetic surgeon would be anything other than a plastic surgeon. So if it was truly a plastic surgeon doing these procedures, it would say plastic surgeon or all things plastic surgery, but it wouldn't use the terms aesthetic surgeon or cosmetic surgeon. If you're hearing those terms used by a doctor or surgeon you're thinking about going to for plastic surgery, it just means you should dig a little deeper and you should do a little bit more homework and find out what they're actually trained in, what they're actually board certified in, what is their actual experience with these procedures, and that way you can avoid what unfortunately happened to this Los Angeles woman.
Many women end up traveling overseas to places like Turkey, Mexico, Colombia, or the Dominican Republic because surgeries are dramatically cheaper there. And not every international surgeon is unsafe. There are skilled doctors all over the world, but surgery tourism becomes dangerous when people prioritize affordability over qualifications and safety standards. One woman reportedly traveled to Mexico for a $4,000 mommy makeover. She later died from severe internal injuries. And something else that keeps coming up in these conversations is misleading titles. Terms like cosmetic surgeon or aesthetic surgeon sound legitimate to most people, but they don't always mean the person is a board-certified plastic surgeon. That distinction matters because social media has made cosmetic surgery look accessible before it made people educated.
Girls grow up trying to fix themselves to try to fit into beauty standards. We start using makeup at 12, diets at 14. At 16, we feel like the ugly friend. By 24, we have Botox already. Men live. Women fix, upgrade, and maintain themselves constantly.
So many Black women struggle with accepting themselves because of society standards, because of social standards. I want women to know, Black women especially, that even though society tries to exclude us, baby, they want everything that we have, from the curls to the big lips to all the things, the body shape. Like, they try to exclude us, but you are more than enough. You are beautiful. Your skin tone, like, I will never know what it's like to be a darker skinned Black woman, and the things that y'all have to go through, and the doors that are shut, and the battles that y'all have to face. And I just want to really, really highlight the importance of loving yourself, loving every aspect of you, no matter what environment you're in, no matter what people's opinions are, no matter what the media and society is plastering all over the internet, in the news. You are enough.
And honestly, underneath all of this is a much bigger conversation about beauty itself. Girls grow up learning that their appearance is a project that constantly needs fixing. Makeup at a young age, diet culture, anti-aging products before adulthood even fully begins, Botox in your 20s, procedures normalize younger and younger every year. And women don't just receive pressure from men. Sometimes the pressure comes from other women too. Online comment section can be brutal. Someone posts natural skin, natural hair, weight gain, postpartum changes, and immediately people start recommending products, procedures, fixes. Everything becomes something to correct, especially online, where perfection is rewarded with attention. And I think that's why this topic feels bigger than surgery itself, because mommy makeovers didn't become popular in a vacuum. They grew inside a culture that tells women their value is heavily tied to how desirable they remain, even after childbirth. A culture that praises mothers for sacrificing everything, but still expects them to look untouched afterwards. And again, this isn't about blaming women for wanting surgery. Everybody deserves to feel confident in their body. Everybody deserves autonomy autonomy over their choices. But I don't think we need more honesty about what's happening, because these procedures are being sold as empowerment while sometimes hiding the physical, emotional, and financial risks attached to them. And when tragedies happen, they disappear from the timeline incredibly fast. A woman dies, people mourn for a week, then another transformation video goes viral the next day. That cycle just keeps repeating. At some point, we have to ask ourselves why so many women feel pressure to surgically erase the evidence of motherhood in the first place. Why getting your body back has become such a powerful emotional trigger. Why women are risking their lives to meet standards that keep getting more impossible every year. Because maybe the problem isn't just the surgeries. Maybe it's the culture convincing women they were never enough to begin with.
It is true that the patriarchy makes impossible beauty standards for women. However, you are helping them. I see this specifically with women online, but there is no shortage of women shaming other women into fitting the beauty standards. There's a young woman with an unusual amount of wrinkles that has other young women in her comments telling her she needs to wear sunscreen, get Botox, buy this product. Something I personally experienced was posting my natural hair without any product in it. All of the comments were women criticizing my hair. It was not men making those comments. Women are promoting plastic surgery. Here's the thing, if you want to stop feeling like you're held to impossible beauty standards, then you need to stop holding other women to these beauty standards.
If you've made it this far, I appreciate you watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Creators' handles are in the description box below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.